eTown Hall in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. It's eTown with this week's guests from Boulder, Colorado, Daniel Rodriguez, Grammy Award-winning quintet, the Infamous Stringdusters, and a very special interview guest. I'm Helen Forster. Right now, join me in welcoming our host, Nick Forster.
Thank you, Ellen. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to eTown Hall. It's going to be fun. People sometimes ask about the sound of Colorado music. Is there a sound to Colorado, and is it John Denver or the Dirt Band or Dan Fogelberg or bluegrass? This week we're going to explore that. I don't think we're going to answer that question, but we'll explore it with a couple of Colorado-centric musicians. Daniel Rodriguez, he became known around here as the frontman for the popular band Elephant Revival. He went out on his own and released, I think, 3 records of original songs. He's here to play some songs from his latest, which is called Harboring Pearls. He'll be out in a little bit. The Infamous Stringdusters, 3/5 Colorado band. I guess the roots of the band started at Berklee College of Music in Boston, migrated to Nashville, and eventually emerged as the Stringdusters 20 years ago. They went on to win all the prizes. They won the IBMA Song of the Year, Emerging Artist of the Year, Album of the Year, and they've won a Grammy Award. They were off to a very good start. And they kept pushing and growing and expanding and working hard. I'm pretty sure they've released maybe 16 albums over the last 20 years, plus some EPs and live records. They started out as a very sort of distinctive young bluegrass band, and they just kept pushing. Now they got all kinds of production, and the folks on the radio are going to be amazed by their light show today. They're doing great, and we're glad to have them back. I want to just remind everybody, because in case you're wondering, there's all kinds of bands out there, but these guys can pick, and they can sing. As I mentioned, 3 of them live here in Colorado now. They have a new record celebrating 20 years as a band. It's called 2020. It's 20 new songs, 20 years. Please welcome back to eTown, the Infamous Stringdusters.
Good to see everyone.
Y'all ready? Sure. Yeah.
As he wakes up and lifts his head, drags himself out of the bed, he thinks about what is to come and if the day will bring him down. He brushes his teeth and clean his face, put his hair all in his place, and then he'll head on out the door, make his way out to the town. Working man may never be left alone to live life free. Keep up with the bills to pay, he'll have to work another day. Wrench that nut, clean the floor, fix the hinges on the door, punch out when the day is done, and hit the bar to find some fun. Said working hard will keep him fed, but what about the toll it takes on what kind of life he'd like to lead? The rent goes up, the prices soar, can't afford the bar no more. Wages haven't changed in years, the more he gives, the more he'll bleed. A working man may never be left alone to live life free. Keep up with the bills to pay, he'll have to work another day. Wrench that nut, clean the floor, fix the hinges on the door, punch out when the day is done, and hit the bar to find some fun. Free. Keep up with the bills to pay, you'll have to work day. Wrench that nut, clean the floor, fix the hinges on the door. Punch out when the day is done and hit the bar to find some fun. All right. That's a new working man blues.
It's always after midnight and the world is barely breathing. You and all the fools you've known, your ghosts are close to leaving. Open up the window, let them out into the night. They won't make it easy, they won't leave without a fight. Won't leave without a fight. Won't leave without a fight. It's always after midnight, the dark has got to give, waiting for the light to fill the spaces where they live. Voices you remember, faces you once knew. Are you holding on to them? Are they holding on to you? Holding on to you. Yeah, you wonder if you're near them, even if you could. Closer, can you hear them? Hear them like you should. It's past the time to face it. They're with you in the room. Are you holding on to them? Are they holding on to you? It's dark down by the river. Sounds like something screaming. Pretty sure you've gone to bed, wishing you were dreaming. Open up the window, believe it if you can. You gotta wonder if it helped to hold your head down in your hands. Head down in your hands. Put your head down in your hands. If you could, closer, can you hear them? Hear them like you should. It's past the time to face it. They're with you in the room. Are you holding on to them? Are they holding on to you? Are they holding on to you? Could, and you're close again, you hear them. Hear them like you should. It's past the time to face it. They're with you in the room. Are you holding on to them? Are you holding on? They're holding on to you.
Infamous Stringdusters back at eTown. So cool. Good to see you guys.
Good to be
Good
seen.
to see
Nick.
you too.
Yeah, man. I think I've probably known you for all 20 years, probably. And congrats. 20 years is a long time to be in any kind of a relationship, let alone a band.
I mean, it's an ongoing process.
There's still time.
We renew our commitment every morning.
When you, your vows, yeah.
Wouldn't that be great if a band had to say vows?
I promise to make sure my instrument's in tune. I vow to clean up my mess on the bus. Yeah. Promise to show up in the hotel lobby on time. Yeah. I know that in Hot Rise, our commitment was for the summer, and that was 40 years later. We were still in a band. How long did you think it was going to last when you started?
How did we get through the winter?
Yeah.
It took a while, to figure that out. The bluegrass world really revolves around the summer, but we made a date where we said we were going to quit all our side projects and do this full time. And I don't know that we thought much beyond that. When you're young and you're just picking, you're just in the moment, and
totally.
we knew we wanted to do this, but you don't really know where it's going to go or how long you'll be together. So you hope for the best and keep making that commitment every morning. Apparently.
I like Andy Falco. You've got a commitment to remember the joy or something. What do you say right before the shows?
Yeah, remember the joy, which comes from something that David Bromberg said to me one time, which was he was talking about, I was doing this movie soundtrack that took place in Greenwich Village, about the gaslight. They wanted to interview David, and I asked him if that'd be okay. He said, sure. And he said, when they're making that movie about those old days in the village, tell them to remember the joy. We were having so much fun back then. We were, they always depicted as this dark sort of, but he's like, man, we were having just so much fun playing music and everything. So kind of adopted that into our thing, which is just every night, just remember the joy.
Yeah. 20 songs, 20 years. That's an ambitious project. How did you begin it? Did you say, do we have to make 20 songs, or we'll just...
The main thing that we did differently on this record was we didn't really set an end date. So typically when you're making an album, you know when it's going to be done, and there are a lot of things that fall in line tracking back from that date. But we really wanted to focus on the songs, and we didn't necessarily have the 20 songs in mind. But as we started working on pre-production, there just was a lot of inspiration flowing. And then we'd come back for the next session, and guys had written more songs, and we wrote almost 50 new originals for this record.
Wow.
And trimmed it down to 20. And when that concept came into view, we thought it was really cool because it was sort of our way of saying, we've been around, we don't have to have an 11-song album with 2 singles, and we have these great fans that have helped sustain us. And so it was sort of a gift to the fans and a gift to ourselves too. We play so many shows that an album is always an infusion of live music into the show. So it was a really fun process, and it took a minute, but renewed those vows every morning, and we got through it, man. So.
Well, we live in a new era now because we have Billy Strings, who's a bluegrass band that plays in an arena. So,
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, right. Well, his fans have never heard of you.
That's so true. Yes.
No! Did I say that?
He deserves better than that.
Watch yourself, Nick.
But they will eventually.
They will eventually,
We'll still be here.
Just hang in there. It's going to work out. What I was trying to say is that the world is now full of possibilities. And so for a band like yours, which has accomplished a lot, and you play a lot of big shows, I could imagine that, you're getting to a place where you say, man, this is great. We're headlining all these festivals. We're playing these big rooms. And then, damn it, this guy's playing freaking arenas. Do we have to aspire to that now? Is that something you have to aim towards? Or can you just groove and be happy with what you're doing?
You can just groove and be happy with what you're doing.
Yeah. There you go.
You can't compare yourself to anybody, really. You just have to do your thing. And I think that's kind of I think that's what this is all about, is sort of the journey of making music together.
Yeah.
Sounds like maybe you aspire to play in those arenas, Nick. How's that going?
Hot Rise can still do it, man. Your time is just around the corner.
Well, listen, I also just want to mention that a lot of the songs on the new record are appropriately introspective for guys who've been together for a while, and sort of life questions. And there's also songs about go to the bar and have some fun and dance on the moon, and there's fun in there too. But there's introspective songs about maturation and life's questions. It's kind of cool.
I think one of the coolest things about music is that we live in a world where there is a lot of ageism, but experience serves you really well in music. And it doesn't have as much to do with how you play, but it has a lot to do with what you have to say. And so we're getting a little older, but we're putting that experience to use, and I think it's working out.
Yeah, like I say, those songs are thoughtful and universal at a time where we all need to be thoughtful. We need to be kind to each other. We need to be paying attention. So, good job. Let's get back to music. Welcome back, if you would, the Infamous Stringdusters.
Well, sometimes you get to thinking you're alive just because you're breathing. Yeah, we've all had the time to think about the day that we'll be dying. It's the saddest thing to see for someone when those two worlds start colliding. Oh. And nothing hurts as much as the pain of a soul that's divided. Your death is always with you on your shoulder, watching everything you do. It's your fault playing games forever, trying to outsmart you. Your life depends on which one you feed, the happy or the sunken. Yeah, well, it's all up to you. Start making tracks, dead man walking, dead man walking, dead man walking. You wear your heart on your sleeve till you can't stop the tears from falling. Well, I hope you find what you've been looking for someday. Dead man walking. Yeah, the fire of love can burn you up till you can't breathe. You can't even whisper. And those flames can turn the coldest heart from ashes back into embers. And if you close your mind like a door to kindness, it might stop coming knocking. And that could lead you down the road to be a dead man walking. Dead man walking. Dead man walking. Well, I hope you find what you've been looking for someday. Dead man walking.
Infamous Stringdusters. Travis Book on the bass. Andy Falco on guitar. Jeremy Garrett on the fiddle. Andy Hall on the dobro. Chris Pandolfi on the banjo. Their record is called 2020. They will be back to play a lot more music later on in the show.
Your visit to eTown is made possible in part by the Scientific and Cultural Facilities District, or SCFD, one of the largest cultural funding mechanisms in the United States, supporting nearly 300 organizations in the greater Denver, Colorado area. Hey, by the way, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that for your viewing pleasure, there are over 3,000 videos on the eTown YouTube channel, where you can also subscribe in order to stay up to date with our latest video offerings, like the ones from this show. You're listening to eTown.
I'm Nick Forster. You are listening to eTown. The Infamous Stringdusters are going to be back to play some more music later on. And coming up, singer-songwriter Daniel Rodriguez is here. He's going to be out to play some songs from his latest record. This week, I'm very excited to share a conversation I had with a Buddhist monk from Texas, the Venerable Bhikkhu Pan. He organized a walk for peace that started in Fort Worth, Texas. He and 18 other monks walked 2,300 miles, along with his dog, Aloka, over the course of 15 weeks, 120 days, through some very cold and wet weather until they arrived in Washington, D.C. in February of this year, in 2026. They did this to raise awareness for peace, inner peace, mindfulness. At a time when violence and discrimination were running rampant in our country, they made this journey to remind us all that we have a choice in how we show up in the world. It didn't all go well. Outside of Houston, their escort vehicle was hit by a truck. 2 monks were injured. One had his leg amputated. They eventually arrived. They made a statement. They got noticed. They had big crowds when they came through towns. They got a lot of press, a lot of media attention. We're happy to share their story again with our audience. Here is my conversation with the Venerable Bhikkhu Pan. We are honored here at eTown to be able to welcome the Venerable Bhikkhu Pan. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hi, Nick. Thank you so much for hosting me today.
Well, we want to help spread the word because I think what you started and what you intended was to raise awareness for the importance of being peaceful. And it's a spiritual practice. It starts internally, right?
Yes, peace cannot begin without us coming back inside, right?
Yeah.
If we are looking for peace from the outside, then that would never happen. It's just going to be temporary, a moment of peace, but it won't last.
Yeah. And when you were thinking about launching this walk, which was such an incredible journey, did you imagine that just doing the walk as a statement would be enough to help people make the connection to internal peace?
Yes, Nick, I assume that because of when we walk, there will be people along the road will see us and then pause for a moment and stop.
Right.
Just being looking at the monks walking, that is when they can go back within. That's what I call is a peaceful moment when they willing to let go of everything and silently just watching the monks walking by looking and focus on their eyes.
Yeah. Were you able to leave anything behind or a way for people to contact you after you had left? Because I imagine when you walk through some of the towns and crowds gather, and they're very curious about what was that? What happened? Who were those people? How do we learn more about them?
Mainly, we just greet people along the road.
Yeah.
And then when there's special people in need, and we stop to do the blessing. But after that, we didn't leave any contact information whatsoever.
Yeah.
Basically, people just go online, look for the Walk for Peace. That is how they connect with us after the walk.
I think it's interesting that you also walked through Birmingham, Alabama, which was the site of walks that had taken place 60 years ago for civil rights. But as you passed through those places, spreading peace, it must have been especially important for you, knowing the history of those places.
It is sad for the history, but then history is already become a history. No one can change it. And for those who sacrifice their life for freedom and for peace, for us to live nowadays, holding on into all those anger and hatred won't do anything better for any of us nor them. So in order for us to pay gratitude towards our ancestors and for those people who have sacrificed their life, we should let go and carry on their message to live happily and peacefully with everyone else nowadays, to spread love and kindness and peace and compassion. So that way we can free them as well, because holding on is nothing good at all.
Yeah. What you're saying is that the message of peace is universal, and it's not about politics, and it's not about religion. Those are two things that can divide people and make people feel like they're not connected to each other. You've talked a little bit about how you can help people have a more peaceful day.
People have been living with the past and the future a lot, right? That is why we cannot have a peaceful moment here and now.
Yeah.
And our message is to ask everyone to stay focused, come back. Don't follow the past, don't follow the future. Just be mindful on each and every breath right now, because we are all breathing to survive. Instead of just breathe to survive, now we add awareness to each and every breath. Knowing there's a breath going in, knowing there's a breath going out, and be mindful on our thoughts when it's popping up. Just observe that thought, acknowledge that thought, and then come back with the breathing. And if we hear any noise, any sound, just observe that sound, that noise, acknowledge that, come back with the breathing. Any type of sensation on this body, we just observe that, acknowledge that, and come back to the breathing. That is the basic step for us to train our mind to stay focused in this present moment.
Yeah.
We don't have that habit yet. That is why we need to train us to go back, just like training the baby.
Yeah, that's why it's called a practice. You've also suggested that people begin their day by writing an affirmation, just saying, today is my peaceful day, right?
Yes, Nick. So when we have the mind thinking of all those words and then the hand writing it out, the mind and the hand is pairing together. So that will make the message even more stronger.
Yeah.
And then after that, we use the eyes to read it over and over, pairing the eyes and the mind together, and then the mouth to read it out loud, pairing the mouth and the mind together. With all that, it will help us, it will support us throughout the day. And then that message reminds us, oh, today is going to be my peaceful day. So I shouldn't follow this thought. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't do this. So that is how we support ourselves every day. That is how we stay out from trouble.
It's a choice, ultimately, that we have with each breath, right?
Right, right.
Well, you know what I have to say is that we're living in a time where this message is so important. There is so much conflict. There is so much disagreement. There is so much division. And I just have to say thank you for having the courage and the determination to gather the monks together and to have that beautiful walk and to raise awareness for peace and for spiritual health and breathing and being present. Those are such important messages right now, especially. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for spreading that message. And thank you also for sharing your wisdom and your experience with us and all of us here at eTown.
Thank you for giving me a chance to share.
That's the Venerable Bhikkhu Pan, Vice President of the Fort Worth Buddhist Temple. Thanks so much for being a part of eTown. Very inspiring stuff. I'm Nick Forster. You're listening to eTown. The Infamous Stringdusters are going to be back to play some more music later on in the show. Right now, what's coming up? Daniel Rodriguez grew up in a little town in Connecticut. He found his way to Colorado, where he formed a successful band called Elephant Revival, a band that also started around 20 years ago. They did all the things. They did tours, and they recorded, and they were very successful. Daniel went out on his own. He started releasing records of original songs, and that trend has continued. His latest record was recorded outside of Woodstock, New York, with the help from his pal Wesley Schultz of the Lumineers. Daniel is busy touring and writing, and we're very happy to welcome him back to eTown to present yet another side of Colorado music. Please help me welcome back to eTown, Daniel Rodriguez.
Thank you, Nick. The eTown feels like home to me, so it's nice to be home. Here's a song called El Dorado. You were dreaming, and they were scheming to be kings of their time. You were tending, they were fending for all the fruit from the vine. You were riding, they were hiding behind a cross and a shield. And from the fields of the harvest, they plundered the garden and everything else they could steal. Over and over and over again. El Dorado, golden silos. Is it over now? Your fingers bleeding as they were feasting, playing musical thrones. You were starving, and they were carving the bird, and they threw you a bone. Today doesn't fall on a memory. The day falls like a star. And without warning, the finest of mornings, you'll be found looking down from afar. Over and over and over again. El Dorado, golden silos. Is it over now? El Dorado, golden silos. Is it over now? El Dorado, golden halos. Is it over now? What a cool band. My friend Wesley Schultz, he's the lead singer and main songwriter in the Lumineers. He fell in love with my Heartbreak records, which I made a couple of those, which they're easy to make if you're heartbroken. Yeah. But it came, time to make a record with him, and, I wasn't necessarily heartbroken anymore. And he was like, hey, man, I want to make some of those heartbreak songs. And I was like, I don't really know. I think I'm over that. Let's make some new stuff. He's like, no, we got to do a couple. And I was like, well, if we do one, can we make it like a graduation, like everyone's graduating from it? So that's what we did. We wrote a song called Graduation. Cabin gown, I was sitting down. You delivered me your speeches. Time was moving fast. We knew it all would last. You mistook my tears for weakness. Began to roar. You were looking bored. Balloons were falling from the rafters. To be in love, to be a friend. Which of us is fading faster? Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. Receiving a diploma, never even read it, but I knew that it was over. Walked me down the aisle, now I'm so well educated. Graduation day, goodbye.
Welcome back, Daniel Rodriguez. Good to have you back at eTown.
Nice to be back here.
Yeah. So you made this record out in Woodstock with Wesley Schultz, and you traveled back east, which is where you come from. You're from Connecticut originally.
Yeah.
When you're in there in the Catskills and hanging out in the woods and the trees, all that stuff, did it feel like home, or have you been here long enough to where it felt foreign?
Connecticut, where I grew up, is basically like the suburbs of New York. So the woods are pretty continuous, and it did feel a lot like where I grew up.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, it's interesting. Every time you're on the show, I always do the same thing, which is I think I'm going to go look online and I'm going to see what recent interviews and just learn about you and learn about what's the latest stuff. And it's always terrifying because the other Daniel Rodriguez's who show up who are not you are like MMA fighters and tattoo covered. I mean, there's like a lot of...
There are, yeah.
They're out there and they're not much like you.
Yeah, are there any other Nick Forsters?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I've never Googled myself, but I don't think. I know all there is to know about me.
You lucked out. I don't think there are.
There might be. I'm sure there are. I want to just ask you about working with Wesley Schultz, because you mentioned he's the lead singer and the main songwriter in the Lumineers, so he's a rock star. He plays big rooms, and when you're making a record, it's kind of a tender thing. You know, you're exposing yourself, and you're not exposing yourself.
Well,
or you maybe are. People make records in different ways. What I mean is you're vulnerable, and you have to be, because as a songwriter. And so do you feel like because he's famous, his views kind of carry the moment, or was it pretty evenly collaborative?
it was pretty even. We've been friends for a while, and so a lot of those walls have been knocked down, and we had done quite a bit of writing at his house and a lot of wine drinking too. Yeah. So we felt very comfortable around each other, and you know, there was some pushback from me and pushback from him on certain things, and it was kind of nice to build that trust. It's not like we have any animosity towards each other. It's just artistically I have to push back on this.
It's hard to measure success these days in the world of music. It's like used to be, well, like I've sold this many records, but nobody buys records anymore. So it's sort of hard to know exactly how it's going. I guess ticket sales and how many, Instagram followers you have, or what's the deal?
What is the deal? You tell me. I don't know. It's a tough cookie to crack, but we're cracking it. And, you just got to follow whatever different shaped tides come in. And so, if I have to go on Instagram and say, "Hi, this is Daniel Rodriguez. I just letting you know that I'm eating eggs right now," then we'll do it.
Well, it's also true what the Stringdusters were saying, which is it's about being in the moment with the people you're making music with and following your muse and giving it all you got and inviting the joy and the mystery.
Yeah.
And you're good at that.
I'm a mysterious guy.
Yeah. Well, also, we're lucky to have a couple of the guys in our house band. So Kevin and Zach are guys that are also in your band.
Yeah, they're wonderful people and wonderful musicians.
Yeah, so traveling, again, it makes a big difference who you're traveling with, yeah.
That is 90% of it.
Well, we're all getting along so far. So should we play some more music?
Let's do it.
Yeah, okay. Welcome back, if you would, Daniel Rodriguez.
She's harboring pearls, sleeping in the alleyway, a thumb in her nose at expectations. She got a book of poems, lock it in the Chevrolet, the candles on the dashboard. Said, give me some truth, it's Sunday night. Reflections from the inside, deep roots, shooting stars, the constellation of a broken heart. Loneliest parade, hear you singing anyway, Blaine. American dreams and cottonwood trees. Some grow tall, some fall, some dam the streams. Deep roots, shooting stars, the constellation of a broken heart. Evelyn,
that's Colorado's own Daniel Rodriguez. Along with Kevin Matthews on the drums, Zach Jackson on the bass, Adam Bodine on the keys, Helen Forster singing harmony. Daniel Rodriguez, his latest is called Harboring Pearls. It's out there, you can find it. Daniel Rodriguez.
Your visit to eTown is made possible with support from the Sage Foundation, the Cielo Foundation, the Scintilla Foundation, the City of Boulder's Office of Arts and Culture, and our members, our citizens, and listeners like you. You're listening to eTown.
Okay. You are listening to eTown. I want to say hello to folks who are listening to eTown right now on stations like KDNK, 88.1 FM over in Carbondale, Colorado. Thanks for tuning in on WETS in Johnson City, Tennessee, Eastern Tennessee State. Thanks for listening to eTown, and on KCHU in Valdez, Alaska. Thanks for listening up there. We appreciate it. As always, if you'd like more information about any of our guests, you want to find out how to get tickets to a live show, or find out exactly what everybody is wearing today, all of that stuff is available online at etown.org, and so much more. We have a ton of videos on our YouTube channel. We have the show available, obviously, as a podcast on all of your podcast dispensaries. I don't think we've actually solved the mystery this week about what the musical blueprint is for Colorado, what's the Colorado musical sound is, but we've heard some great songs, and we're going to continue that trend. And we also really enjoyed our conversation with that righteous monk. I am serious about the fact that that walk for peace was really cool. And it's important to remember that we can walk towards peace and love. We can include a love of country. We can love all of our neighbors if we think about it, especially when we remember that we're all really wanting similar things. Health and safety for our families, freedom to express ourselves, dignified work that sustains us, clean air and water. It's pretty simple, and we all share that stuff. So I appreciate what they were doing. I appreciate what those monks were trying to remind us, all of us really, to be thoughtful around those things. And now, as I said before, remember when I said these guys can pick? I meant it. Would you please help me welcome back the Infamous Stringdusters?
All right, let's get the E-tones back up here for a number.
Those keening E-tones. Ketones.
When the days seem dark and the sun hangs like a stone, crowds of people the day. Come along, you can go my way. Say the word and I will stay. There's a light at the end of the day. There's a light at the end of the day. There's a light at the end of the day. Come along, you can go my way. Say the word and I will stay. There's a light at the end of the day. There's a light at the end of the day.
The Infamous Stringdusters. Travis Book on the bass and vocals. Andy Falco, guitar and vocals. Jeremy Garrett on the fiddle. Andy Hall. They're all singing. Chris Pandolfi, banjo and vocals. Their new record is called 2020. Hey, we've got one more song to do. I want to thank everybody for being on the show. And we've got a special sing-along number for you all. I think you're going to enjoy this. I want to thank all our guests. Thanks to the Infamous Stringdusters for coming. 3/5 of them from here in Colorado. One from New York, one from North Carolina, and of course, Daniel Rodriguez from right here. I want to thank the Venerable Bhikkhu Anyakara and all the monks who marched from Fort Worth, Texas to Washington, D.C. 2,300 miles. Such a journey for peace. Thank you for doing that. I want to thank, of course, the house band, the eTones, and Helen Forster, and all of our staff and volunteers. Please check it out online if you want to learn more. But we are going to do one more song. There are a lot of stories these days about men who have been caught acting poorly. Not the best kind of men. Maybe women should drive for a little while. We'll see. I just think something's got to change. This song will help us figure that out. I am Nick Forster. I hope you can be with us next week right here in eTown.
Let us put men and women together, see which one is smarter. Some say men, but I say no. The women got the men like a puppet show. It ain't me, it's the people that say the men are leading the women astray. But I say that the women today are smarter than the men in every way. That's right, the women are smarter. That's right, the women are smarter. That's right, the women are smarter. The women are smarter. That's right.
On the corner and cry. The big man come and ask him why. He said, I can't do what the big boy do. The man sat down, then he cried too. It ain't me, it's the people that say men are leading the women this day. I say it's the women today, smarter than the man in every way. That's right, the women are smarter. That's right, the women are smarter. That's right, the women are smarter. The women are smarter. That's right. Oh, ain't it obvious?
since the world began. The women been imitating the ways of men. But listen, boys, 'cause I've got a plan. Give it up, just don't try to understand. It ain't me, it's the people that say men are leading the women astray. I say, well, that the women today smarter than the men in every way. That's right, the women are smarter. That's right, the women are smarter. That's right, the women are smarter. The women are smarter. That's right.
This is a production of eTown.